Today we are diving into the question most women, if not all women, have wrestled with as we navigate intimate partner relationships. Is he lying to me, or is it just in my mind? If you've ever wrestled with what thoughts to trust in your relationship, this video is for you, because it is all about how to discern and manage your thoughts so they don't ruin your relationship and so you don't get played. But first, I'm Vanetta, and welcome to My Sister, My Seed, a nonprofit on a mission to inspire women to lean into our divine feminine essence and attract and create a life we love. Listen, divine feminine energy is so powerful. It is the secret to receiving the desires of your heart, to healing the deep wounds of your soul and spirit, to attracting the love and abundance that you deserve, and creating a life that you absolutely desire. And for women, we have the power to do all of this when we embody our divine feminine essence. So if you are looking for a community where you can lean in and tap into your feminine power and grow personally, spiritually, and professionally, if you want a community that addresses issues of self-love and relationships, inner work and healing, and how to find and fulfill your purpose, or if you simply want your soul to glow and radiate from within because you are fully in touch with who you are at your core, you found the right channel. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button and let's stay connected. Now, let's jump into how to discern and manage your thoughts so they don't ruin your relationship and so that you don't get played. Listen, take it from me, a recovered overthinker who allowed my thoughts to run wild and run my relationships into the ground. I know how easy it is to not know how and when to trust your thoughts. This is especially true if you've been hurt or betrayed in past relationships, or if you have an anxious attachment style, which I will discuss in another video. But for now, just know that you can do real damage to a healthy relationship, or you can waste your time in an unhealthy relationship if you don't learn how and when to trust your thoughts. Listen, our brains are wired to protect us. So naturally, the brain is going to send out certain thoughts it thinks you need to consider. But sometimes the brain can go into overdrive trying to protect us, and we have to discern when our brain sends us thoughts that are helpful or harmful to our relationships. So how do we know when to legitimately trust our thoughts and when our thoughts are just feeding and affirming our insecurities? This is a question you have to answer, because it can make the difference between sabotaging a great relationship and staying in a relationship that you shouldn't. Now, to answer this question, you first need to understand why your mind is in overdrive trying to protect you in the first place. And this answer will be different for each of us, but most often it is because of our unresolved trauma or past hurtful experiences. So if you've ever been lied to and cheated on, your mind might be on high alert, always looking for signs of trouble. This is your mind trying to protect you from past or repeated pain. But remember, this can also put a strain on your relationship if your partner is showing up in the relationship with honor and good intentions. So I'm going to give you a few tips about what you can do to discern your thoughts. And the first thing is, when a thought pops into your mind, pause and reflect. Before reacting to your thoughts, take a step back. Ask yourself, is there concrete evidence for what you're thinking, or are you creating a narrative and filling in the blanks based on past fears or past experiences? Taking a minute to examine your thoughts will help you find the origin of the thought. This is very helpful, and this is also a part of self-regulating. Self-regulating is a needful practice. It can keep you from blowing up your relationship if it's healthy, and it helps you be more methodical just in case something shady is going on. Either way, taking time to pause and reflect and examine your thoughts before you react in any way should always be your first move. Now, part of this examination should be to check your baggage. This means acknowledging that you do have insecurities and past hurts that may be clouding your judgment. And sometimes it is just necessary to get a therapist or coach to help you not only check your baggage, but unpack that baggage so we can see our blind spots, because all of us have blind spots. Now, after you've paused and reflected, communicate. Have an adult conversation about what you feel with your partner, because what you shouldn't do is sit in and stew in thoughts and suspicions. Express your feelings, but without accusing. For instance, you can say something like, I felt a bit uneasy when I noticed this. Can we talk about it? If you have a supportive partner, and you should, they should be open to having a conversation about how you're feeling. I don't care how difficult the conversation is. This is a perfect way to create and build one of the strong pillars of a relationship, which is communication. Communication is key to a healthy, happy relationship. So make sure you don't sit in and stew in your suspicions. Have a conversation about what you're feeling and don't come off accusatory. Now, when you take a minute to pause and reflect, and when you check your own baggage, what you are really doing is building self-trust. You are learning to trust your intuition, which is a gift you will appreciate and be glad that you gave yourself. So often women doubt our intuition, and this happens whether we have past trauma or not. Women are sometimes taught that we are so emotional that we can't trust our intuition. But I say that our intuition is the internal wisdom that God gave to women, and you can't afford not to trust it. But yes, if you have past trauma, it can be difficult to build self-trust. But work on it. There are ways to build self-trust and to strengthen your intuition. Start by affirming decisions you've made that have led to positive outcomes. Think through times when you've trusted yourself and the outcome affirmed that you were right. This will not only build confidence in your judgment, it will help you see that you are trustworthy. Another important tip that will help you discern your thoughts is to remember to set boundaries, not barriers. There is a difference between a boundary and a barrier. A barrier is a wall, and yes, a wall will protect you, but it will also isolate you from genuine connections, and I know you want genuine connections. But boundaries are what you want to set. Boundaries don't isolate you. They safeguard you. They give you protection in a way that still allows closeness. Boundaries allow you to let people in, but set a standard for how they will treat you. And if the boundary is crossed, you can act accordingly. So remember, no walls, just secure boundaries. Listen, we need to protect our hearts, but we have to discern our thoughts so that we know when we're being overly suspicious or just plain gullible. And we have to find that balance. Listen, relationships are built on trust, and that trust begins with us, and then it extends to others. And trusting others means taking a leap of faith with your heart. But if you put these tips to use, you are jumping with a parachute. The thing I absolutely love about managing your thoughts is that it is a form of self-love and self-care. Managing your thoughts helps you preserve your relationships, but it will keep you from getting played. Now, I hope this video will help you with overthinking. Lord knows overthinking was something I had to manage because I wanted to be in relationships where I could share my heart without losing my mind. And I want the same for you. With that said, I would love to hear if you wrestle with your thoughts in relationships and how you manage them. So please leave me a comment below and share your thoughts. Also, let me know if any of these tips and tools were helpful or if they resonated with you. I would love to hear all about it, so please leave me a comment below. Now, do me one last favor. Hit the subscribe button and share this video with another woman who you believe will benefit from this video and benefit from this channel as a whole. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.